Before we begin, I want to make sure that you have the Unleashing You retreat on your radar, because just the fact that you're tuning into this podcast means the Unleashing You retreat is right up your alley. The reason I created the Unleashing You retreat is because as women, we tend to look to everyone else for the answers. We somehow think that everyone else knows better than we do, when in reality, tapping into your own intuition is actually the key to living a happy and fulfilled life. And that's how I've created the career and life I have now, and what we'll teach you how to do during this retreat. An inner shift like this will leave you with tools that you'll use for the rest of your life. This retreat is so much more than a girls' trip. This is a transformation. If I've piqued your interest, I want to personally invite you to join us in Steamboat Springs, Colorado on September 19th through the 22nd. During our time together, we will go through coaching workshops and other deep personal development activities that will uncover aspects of yourself you never even knew. Work like this would take months or years to do on your own, and we're going to get you there in just a few short days. Not to mention, we'll be staying in a gorgeous mountain home, complete with a private chef, so you don't have to lift a finger. If you are ready for a pampering getaway where you can recharge your batteries and feed your soul, send me a message on Instagram or visit acrprofessionalcoaching.com to learn more and reserve your spot. Spots are very limited, so do not wait. And I'll see you in the mountains. Now, let's get on to today's show. Welcome to Unleashing You. This podcast is your permission slip to create success your way. I'm your host, Amanda Riffey, a certified success coach and female business leader who has climbed her way up the corporate ladder. I've been through burnout and back and found the tools to bring fun and enjoyment to my career while creating powerful results and leading in a way that feels authentic to me. This show brings you conversations with women just like you who have created massive success for themselves and are doing it in their own way. We'll hear about their personal journeys of growing their career while still prioritizing the things they love most. If you are ready to be challenged and encouraged to reach your next level, then buckle up, sister, because the road to dreamy success begins here. Let's dive in. In this episode, I want to share with you how I have taken things that have begun as a seed of a thought and brought them to life. You tend to see the finished product, or at least very close to the finished product. But today, I'm going to share my process for bringing dreams to fruition. I'm not different than you. Everything I have created has started as a tiny whisper of an idea. What many of us miss, though, is how to listen to that whisper, trust yourself, feel the fear, and do it anyway. So let's jump in. As you likely know by now, I am an achiever. I'm a 3 on the Enneagram, and that is me through and through. What's important to know about a 3 is that we have a core desire to achieve and do great things. But we also care a lot about what other people think of us. We are people pleasers. We are chameleons who can quickly change into who you need us to be in any situation. And that's how I've lived most of my life. I work hard, I achieve a lot, but I also want to be everything to everyone and not let anyone down. The downside to this is that I have traditionally listened more to outside voices than to my inner voice. I spend a lot of time listening to logic and hiding away my inner child who is really here to dream big. The more we listen to logic, the less we dream. Over the past few years, I've begun to practice listening to my inner voice again. It's like a muscle that you need to strengthen. At first, it's difficult, but the more you practice, the easier it becomes to hear. Here are some examples of when I've listened to my intuition or that whisper, and it led me to life-changing results. When I decided to take the leap, go back to school, and become a coach. When I realized that coaching is what I am here to do. When I started this podcast. When I invested in coaching for myself. When I booked my first solo vacation, my latest trip to Costa Rica, or my upcoming trip to Greece this summer. And it's also what led me to create Unleashing You Live, my professional and personal development event that's happening in Denver on February 26th. So let me put you in a moment when I heard the whisper and decided to take that big, scary action. In a conversation with my coach, and yes, coaches have coaches too, we were talking through all the things I'd eventually love to accomplish in my business and my life. My bucket list. My list was long. Become an author, speak on stages, host my own event, travel on my terms, create a financial legacy for my family, etc., etc. She listened, as good coaches do, as I listed out all of my dreams. There's no logic needed there, right? These are just dreams that I'd love to do someday, right? So no pressure, just dreaming big. After we finished, she pointed me back to one thing on the list, hosting my own event. She asked me a very simple yet difficult question. What's stopping you from hosting your own event right now? Okay, enter logic. I began to brain dump all of the reasons why there was no way I could do this now. I don't have enough credibility. I don't have the money. I don't have enough connections. I don't know what I'm doing. What if no one comes? I'm not ready. Now, this is the beauty of coaching. By her asking that one question, it forced me to say all of those things out loud. And once I said them out loud, I began to recognize them as limiting beliefs. They weren't truths. They were beliefs. Beliefs are just thoughts that we've thought for so long that we now think they are true. So as I wrapped up my brain dump of all the things holding me back, I brought it home with this. So I guess the answer to your question, the only thing stopping me is me. That's the breakthrough moment when things began to shift. You begin to see your dream through a new lens. You get to see what's possible instead of what's holding you back. Take a minute now to think, and you can pause me if you want. What beliefs are holding you back right now? And be careful, because they might be disguised as truths. Before we wrap that call, I had a general idea of when I wanted to have the event, the purpose of the event, and who it was meant for, all in 1 hour. I had taken the first step, and trust me, the first step is always the scariest. After that call, and still to this day, I felt equal parts terrified and exhilarated. Holy crap, I am doing this. I was about to create something real that I had only dreamed about. I was bringing a dream to fruition. What's crazy is no one reached out and invited me to host my own event. No one gave me permission. No one deemed me as qualified or ready. I just decided to do it. And I'm realizing that that is the key to creating anything you want in life. We need to stop waiting for permission. We need to stop waiting until we feel ready. Because guess what? We will never feel ready. The fear is never going to go away. And if you want to create something, you have to stop waiting. The time is now. Life isn't going to slow down for us. The money isn't going to magically appear. And no fairy godmother is coming down to deem us worthy of our dreams. It's time for you to be your own fairy godmother. You have permission to create anything you have on your heart, and I mean anything. You just have to listen to that whisper, take the first big scary step, and trust yourself. Once I got into planning Unleashing You Live, I realized it wasn't nearly as difficult as I was making it out to be. I had to work through those limiting beliefs each time they arose. So thank goodness for coaching to help me through that. But everything came together so much easier than I thought it would. I found an amazing venue, incredible sponsors, friends to help me behind the scenes, and people reaching out to me almost daily interested in attending the event. In fact, over 60% of the attendees are flying into Denver just to be there. My heart can't even believe it. Women are ready for an event like this, and they are showing up. Can you imagine if I had left this just a seed of an idea and I didn't bring it to fruition? I love the quote, "If you truly want things to change, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse." It's time to find a way. If you feel inspired by this story, I invite you to join us for this epic event on February 26th. Send me a message or visit acrprofessionalcoaching.com to reserve your spot. Let this be your catalyst to bring your dreams to life. Maybe you have a dream job you'd love to land, or maybe you want to step into your next level of leadership or grow your own business. Maybe you're craving more travel or family time. Whatever it is possible for you. I promise. Get yourself in this room with powerful women who are all dreaming of big things, and let's become unstoppable together. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. If you'd like to continue this conversation, connect with me on Instagram and say hello. You can find me at AmandaRiffy_coaching. In the meantime, if you know you are ready to step into your next level of success and want to completely accelerate your personal and professional growth, let's work together. I offer one-on-one and group coaching, as well as on-demand self-study options. There's really something for everyone. To learn more, visit my website at acrprofessionalcoaching.com or send me a DM on Instagram and start a conversation. And don't worry, I truly want all of us to succeed, so I promise I will never steer you wrong. Let's create a career and life you love. Chat with you again soon.